Man, if you keep an eye on this Rattler basketball right now, not looking real good. I'll say that. Um, but it's two halves of the basketball game. At least men's college basketball. They should really like consider making that 4 quarters. That's just me personally. But hoping it gets better. Needed to get better because that's a team that you mollywopped last time. You shouldn't be catching a beating like that to them. But y'all already know how things go. And y'all already know what's up. It's about to be Fangs up.
Yeah, baby, you know what time it is. Now let's get it started.
Are you kidding me? Unreal!
While our HBCUs are mostly known for academic rigor, community, they also know how to turn up.
Does he have it? Yes, he does!
And that might be the knockout punch.
All right, greetings, salutations on a Monday. I know we normally do the Sunday thing. That's our vibe, but we had to switch it up just because of our scheduling. What's up, Kev? So, um, yeah. So all apologies to those who kind of messed up the schedule for. But can you keep up with the Rattlers? Is the question. So, asking for a friend. Look at this basketball score for a second. Give me 30 seconds to pray for some change. Because I don't like getting beat like this. Let's see. Yeah. And then we pray. Let's make a comeback. All right. Sorry. Brother had to get right with somebody because 9-0. That's a little B2A. We getting whooped right now. Oh, what's up, Marvin? What man? What is up? Oh, Steve. Happy Black History Month. And then look, y'all know we gotta talk about that a little bit. Can't just let that slide. I won't. I don't know about some of them other folks, but I'm not gonna let it slide. So, but like I said, went a little different. What's up, Gail? Normally again, Sunday is our normal time. We ain't moving show times. We just had our schedule conflicts. Before we get too far into this, big shout out on Saturday, actually. I had a tire blowout on my car, and I had an older black couple. Literally, I had my tire blow out in the middle of the turnpike down here in Central Florida, and older black couple literally watched me change my tire and would not leave until I finished. So I want to make sure I gave them a thank you and a shout out. I don't know who they are. They didn't even like exchange names or anything. But in these days and times, sometimes, man, and it caught me. I ain't gonna lie. I called my best friend, and I shed a tear because I was touched. I was appreciative because it was just me out there by myself, changing that tire and trying to get it right. So a couple people looked out for me, but just want to make sure. I don't know if they ever see this, but make sure I give them a thank you because I was literally out there and it was about to get dark and the brother was changing the tire. And I got it changed. We got a new tire, but just want to make sure I shed a thank you and appreciative on that, man. So, but what's up, Marvin? And Gail, little baby, how y'all doing? Had to switch it off, man. It was slowing computer 2 down a little too much. But look, y'all know I got the cell phone handy. So I don't mind pulling that up and kind of looking to see like what this score might be talking about. Cause we're just gonna hope nobody calls. My dad's good for calling during the show. So we'll put this right here on your cell phone, 9-0. Put that on the iPhone, man. So we need some dubs. Quick, fam, you. All right, so but let's kind of get a little bit of exciting side of things. Rattler boosters, If you're so inclined, Friday, go check out St. Clair Moraine. Don't forget now, Wednesday, you got the Fang Exchange, and you got 220 Club before that. So, sorry, Fang Exchange Thursday, 220 Club, ONG Strike Zone. So, sorry, look, I checked out that score. 12-0. That caught me off. Oof. Now, this Arches HBCU Golf Championship concluded today. If you got some stats, please share them because I went to their website. I didn't see nothing. Like, so that's not me even trying to be like petty. That's just being honest. I was trying to keep an eye on it. FAMU just scored. It's 14-2. Storm is over now. At least we scored. So, oof, man, I hate that. But the big one now, and baseball, we're only on one of those games. But the track team finished solid, honestly, man. You consider we're not doing every single thing like that, but we held our own. Man, it was a nice little weekend. You get to see some of the finishing in second right there from day one on the women's side, and then finished in fifth. They got to catch up. But you can see a lot of gold now. Now, I don't know if they get rings. Just saying, but you kind of saw there was a lot of bling blow going on. See some silver, some gold medals. It's just a lot of excellence, man. So, the champions, I know we love that. Distance medley relays, 12 minutes. Look, I ain't got a whole 5 minutes to get you. I ain't gonna hold you. But yeah. Then 60-meter dash. Look, and Marvin said it. Nia Blanco, she was one of them ones. She was a her. Yeah. I don't want to say him because, you can't be misgendering people. But she was a her. And she got it twice. Like, she went 200 meters, 60 meters. Like, okay, Nia. Like, I see you. Like, I'm not going to act like you didn't put in work. That was a solid performance. Like that, I'm just saying, if we can get that for another year, I'm just saying, consider where this track program was versus where it is. That is a whole different program right now. Like right now, FAMU track just looks better. And look, Jeffrey says, you don't get rings less team wins. I don't disagree. I just, put that question out there. I'm fine. If the medals are enough, the medals are enough. But look, Kurt Dawson, y'all forgot about him. He got two himself. He got the 800 meters. Then he turned around. He went for the mile. Like, FAMU track lit it up. And we getting blown out by Alabama A&M right now. 16-2, 13 minutes in the first. Let's see that shot selection. I only see 1 3-pointer. Oh, no, 4 3-pointers. Matthews 0 for 3. He's kind of a microwave. We'll get on that in a minute, though. Other one, Kurt Potter. Look, 60-meter hurdle. Okay, another champion. And then Paul Roden. Okay, Paul. High jump. Look, that's there. So it was a good night there. The women had a pretty solid weekend too, though. Like you saw a commitment come in. Got the other commitments really ready to go on computer too. We about to upload it, but like I said, it was an interesting weekend, man. Like I told you, that took out a little bit of my time getting car stuff fixed. So, but we got that taken care of. But like I said, you did get a commitment. I'm happy for it. I'm looking forward to seeing more come in. And most importantly for Coach Gordon, got a dub, much needed dub. The guys lost by 1 point up there. So definitely a game very heavy on the 3-pointer. But live by the 3, die by the 3 is what I got set by a few people. I understand that. I'm not even mad at it. And I agree. Like I told y'all, I'm the leader of the old man team. Okay, I'm probably third, fourth in the seat. Just saying. But I'm with y'all. Sometimes we should take twos instead of threes. But at the same point, it's gotten you pretty solid there. We'll see some big subs coming in for FAMU. If you're kind of keeping track on the game tracker, the game is behind a paywall. I don't know why I couldn't say that. So that's why, if you like me, I'm watching on the ESPN with the Gamecast right now. So cell phone's fully charged. I might take it off the Wi-Fi just to make sure I'm not slowing down what we got going on. So the ASU is proven to be a thorn in our sides, the men's side. But the women's desperately needed that win for their confidence boost. They did. Like, when you start looking at the women's team, man, just as a fan, you kind of started, you heard it for them a little bit because you knew that they were capable. Like, they could do a little bit more than what was being done, and they weren't winning the games that you could argue that they should have won. I mean, I could say that. And you could definitely say, though, this team's come a long way. I think that's the biggest thing for me, the fan, is that I've seen growth. I've told y'all once, I'll say it again. For me, my biggest thing outside of football is growth. Football results. Like, honestly, it's either a win or a loss. Like, because it is that revenue sport. Like, if the stands aren't packed, then you're not making money. You can't support your other sports if football is not winning, if it's not packing out the stadiums. But with basketball, I need to see growth. And I've seen that in both programs, even though we're losing by 14 right now, 18-4 in the first half, a little more than 11 minutes left. I'm okay because we're getting killed. But I'm also going over and looking at stats, and I'm seeing Matthews hadn't hit a shot. Coffee hadn't hit a shot. Nobody's hit a field goal, at least according to the ESPN stats from the starting lineup. When you go a little further down there, you kind of look down and Young from the bench, he's got all your points. So maybe he's a hot hand to ride tonight. That might be the case. So, but if it is, we've seen with this FAMU men's basketball team, some players don't have good nights every night. And that's anybody. That's any place. But we also know that with this team, they just need to get hot once or twice. I mean, it sounds like an insurmountable lead, but you consider how many three-pointers this team shoots. You hit 5 threes, you're in the lead. That's really crazy to say. Like, the basketball fan in me says that's just irrational. But the understanding for how this team plays and what they value says, like, that could actually happen. Like, the amount and the volume of threes this team shoots stipulates that they have a chance of getting it. Like, what's up, Mary 305? So, as much as I'm annoyed looking at an 18-4 score, I also understand that this team can definitely get in there. I mean, like I said, you've only got one person who scored. Everybody else missed everything. And y'all got to forgive brother. Look, getting over that thing a little bit. So, what's up, Tabor T? So, again, you kind of looking over 18-4 first half. If you put a little bit of your pizza money on the Rattlers, it's not looking good. Hope you didn't put anything more than pizza money on them. If you put a family meal on them, woof, might be offside. But right now, it's the first half. So give them time. We saw what Alabama A&M was in Tallahassee. Hopefully they can bring back that Alabama A&M, because I don't know if y'all remember, that team struggled mightily against FAMU to score. So maybe this is just us getting getting a little get back and them being able to get up on us. But right now, it's pretty crazy. We were down 20 at half when we played Alcorn and came back to win. They're probably a little cold for now. Could be. And what they played Sunday, day off, then they're back in. Like, I don't know if I love that SWAC schedule. Like, I don't know. That could just be me. I'm not a huge fan of this, but it is what it is. I'm more of a. I like the double headers a little more. I think it does more for your fans. Like as a fan, I think it helps you get fan support. More people are going to come to me. I could be wrong, but I feel like it's a little more attractive for a doubleheader. But that's just me. That's just me, Keith. I'll leave it there. So, but right now, 18-4, they've taken a long pause. So we'll see what that's going to be on. Now, mentioning MVP. He was QB4. Then he ended up as QB1. Daniel Richardson. We all keep saying the same thing. If he was 6 feet tall, this conversation wouldn't even be had. Like, goes to the Legacy Bowl, dealing. Like, had an impressive showing. Another good game. Does he get an NFL shot? That's a real question. I'll ask the question. I hope so. That's my answer. Do I think he gets an NFL shot? I don't know, though. Like, very much on the Kyler Murray's style of guy. When we're talking about height, is he quite as mobile as Kyler Murray? I call the boy Kyle. I think that's your closest comparison. And I think that's where I don't know if he has quite the arm Kyler has as far as just distance wise. But Daniel Richardson, with a little bit of time, can carve you up. And I think that's going to be interesting to see, man. The doubleheaders are better and schedule a rivalry weekend with the SWAC network. Thank you. Like he's probably CFL, USFL, still not out the game. I agree. I think a USFL or CFL. Oh man, like I think that's a nice career. That could just be my bias and my 2 cents, but I really do believe that him in the CFL might not be that bad. I want the NFL for him. Like that's just me being honest. But when I'm kind of looking at it and seeing it for what it is, the likelihood is probably one of those other ones. What's a HBC band talk? Look, we do have a little bit of something for the band heads. Quick reminder. Let folks know. Band camp is coming. Oh man. Look, he really could. And I think one of the things, if he has a decent CFL career, I think he's not quite as tall as Burris, but that's kind of what you may be going for as far as in a CFL career, guy who's smart, can move the ball, can use his legs. Like that's why I said to me, comparable wise, if I was doing a modern comparable, it would be Kyler Murray on the high end. I don't know if he's. I would struggle with Johnny Manziel. I think Manziel is maybe a little taller, and I try not to like throw out those big names like that. So that's why it's kind of like, I don't want to say that guy. I don't want to say this guy. I will say, I think if you gave me him or Tua, I'm taking Daniel Richardson over Tua. After what I saw this season, especially, like, it's not even close. Like, so do I think he gets drafted? Probably not. Do I think he gets a shot to go pro somewhere? Yeah. That's what I was saying, Marvin. I agree. That's my kind of question with that and with making that statement is I think Kyler Murray's arm strength's a little bit different. I think right now, if you're saying arm strength wise, Russell Wilson. Yeah, that is, So take that for how you feel about that. And this version of Russell, I don't want to compare Daniel to that, though. To me, that's not a fair. That's doing Daniel a disservice because Russell Wilson ain't looking like much. And 24-10. So we ate into that lead a little bit. So we'll see how this goes. Now, don't forget, Pro Day is coming. So it's closed to the public. But y'all normally, your news channels normally get some pretty good film for you. I didn't check when Florida State's Pro Day is. Probably the same day. If I were them, I would try to. I said this before. I really think schools like FAMU and FSU should just have a joint pro day. The NFL should really move to like regional pro days, almost like a combine. Like pick Florida State for the North Florida schools, maybe Florida. Have the students all go to that one place, stay there a few hours. Same thing for UCF, South Florida, Miami. Split it up into regions, 32 teams. Have certain days. I think it's a better use of resources. But that's just me. Look, it ain't my money. It ain't my time. But for me, that's what I would do. I think it gives the players a better chance of getting better exposure. You start looking at the HBCU combine, the Reese's combine thing they had. Even Pruitt was saying, hey, I can have a better day than I had. But I think if you start kind of going out there, you start seeing good on good. I'm just saying, I think Kendall Bowler compares really well to a lot of the other corners that are out there. I'm just saying. And I think it's the same day. They go to FSU in the morning, FAMU in the afternoon. Normally, it's kind of the vibe. And I'm glad that we've seen a change where they do come to FAMU. I remember a time when they would go to Florida State and nobody came to FAM. They were just out there running wind sprints for nobody, which that wasn't good for anybody. Not at all. Also, other thing, don't forget, they came out with a practice schedule. These green days, those scrimmages. And look, them boys got next week. Yeah, next Friday is the first practice. Next Friday. Then after that, it's probably just coming for weigh-ins, grade checks, all that stuff. Then it's official on the 18th. So 18th, it looks like you get a day off between some of the practices. So then the orange and green game's up there. So look, I'm just saying, football's almost back already. Like we hadn't even finished talking about basketball. 26-10. And they're back. Another thing, I had this question too, because we did get a good number of offers come out. We got the Jackson State University Mega Camp. Only reason I cared was because I saw FAMU. So it looks like Catapult's going to be there. FAMU uses that. 247 looks like they're doing some of the media. I like that rattlesnake head that I see. So I'm just saying that rattlesnake head right there, important. Because we've seen HBCU mega camps before. We've had them here in Orlando. We saw that you were able to get, I think that first year I went, I want to say there was a good like 200-300 kids out there. And it was just HBCUs. It wasn't like everybody. So you think, I don't know how many schools are going to go to this one. But it's a good opportunity, especially when you're seeing not just FBS schools there, but you're seeing FCS schools and top quality ones. I mean, you're seeing Colorado, Oklahoma, Arizona, USC. I'm just saying, like, it's one thing to see when it's just your schools there. It's another thing you kind of see everybody there. Like, that's something I'm here for. And evidently, Coffee got a tech. The other thing, though, and I like this, Colsey got the football camp coming back. Thank you, sir. So you got a 7-on-7 camp, big man camp, prospect camp, youth camp, girls 7-on-7, which is, I think that's kind of fun. I mean, it's stealing money to me, but it's pretty solid. And another prospect camp. So to me, that screams that you are trying to improve the recruiting. Not saying that it was bad, not saying anything bad about it, but just saying that from what I'm seeing, recruiting wise, maybe you're trying to get in there a little bit, like, and try to improve some of this. Like, just saying, I'll leave that there. It is what it is for me when it comes to like this recruiting process and what we've seen so far. It's a pretty good football program. Kind of exciting, but we're kind of in the sleepy part of the season right now, man. So 27-10, man. Woof. Hard to take this L like this, man. What feels like an L. We might make a comeback though. So it's interesting. 30 to 20. Dang, 20 points. You said we were down 20 and we came back. So I'm hoping, little baby. But other thing, man, look, I don't know about y'all. And we're gonna have some of our NAA candidates come on here. Man, this president search. I got questions. I know that, we're not supposed to ask questions of certain people about certain things. And I'll be honest with y'all, anybody who comes on here, I'm not gonna ask them about the president search. Unless they bring it up. If they bring it up and they start talking about it, that's on them. But when it comes to me, I ain't gonna ask them about it. But I do want to see like how is this gonna play out? Because this is definitely interesting. Like, this is one of those times where you're hearing, especially, and I know I don't like to really try to include government in this, but you're seeing where governors talk about making some cuts, and he's creating his own Doge thing for the state of Florida, and that's questionable because a lot of this is just making like you just cutting stuff, and it's not strategic. You just like, hey, this costs money, I'm cutting it. That sounds good. But then when people don't know how to do stuff, you around here looking around like, what happened? Oh, man, I don't even know, bro. She don't work here no more. She knew everything. Like, so we're going to see what that goes on. And I'm with you, little baby. When it comes back to the basketball, appreciate you bringing it back to athletics. Not worried about it. Okay. I ain't gonna lie, the little graphics they got on ESPN, solid, man. So, but like I say, y'all, just make sure we got a little quick time, make sure y'all didn't think a brother just was like, oh man, you just gonna not talk about it today. Like, no. Okay. Hey, 32-19. Look, don't give me hope. I'm that irrational Rattler where 32-19. I told y'all, I'm the leader of the Prairie train. I'm the leader of the tournament train. Like, right now, we missing some shots. We hit a few. If you go in there, you look at the game. Let's see. Eatman, he's scoring. Matthews is finally caught up, and Young. So right now, you're leaning on 3 scores. You need we're shooting 30% right now. Alabama A&M's shooting 62%. So that's to me, that's not sustainable. I would presume if I were to go back and look at their stats, Alabama A&M's probably closer to a 50 at the best % shot making team. So, but you letting a team get 60% and 62.5% from 3, they've hit 5 of 8 from 3. I'm wondering how long they're going to sustain that because we saw they got cold and they got cold. So 32-20. So if you're watching this FAMU game, or just kind of keep an eye on the stats are telling you that FAMU should come back. I'm not saying they're going to win, but I'm saying just kind of looking at this and, if y'all watch Fangs up for a minute, y'all know I'm a little bit of a stat guy. Like, I like stats. I like nerds. I do stats. So, but data-wise, FAMU is 6 of 17. Alabama A&M is 12 of 20. But the big killer, FAMU is 3 for 10 from 3, while Alabama A&M is 5 of 8. So besides having an advantage there, normally that free throw line is normally somewhere in there when you're dealing with FAMU athletics, especially this year. I don't have it handy dandy and ready to go, but there we go. Free throws. We are FAMU's 83, Alabama 60. So right now you're doing well at the free throw line. You're winning the free throw battle. You're losing the 3-point battle. So the big thing is you need, as a fan and as a FAMUan, you need Alabama A&M to get a lot colder from the 3-point line. More than likely, if they continue to shoot threes, you're going to have long rebounds. That's going to create opportunities for you to probably score in transition. We do know that when FAMU shoots in transition, they do not mind taking a three, but you've seen them take it to the cup a little bit more in the past couple of weeks. So, but when the team is hitting 60% of their shots, field goals, and you're hitting 35% of your field goals, that does not bode well for your success. So that is where and why we're losing right now. Again, we're 3 for 10 from the 3-point line. That means we've hit 9 points. They are 5 for 8, which is 62%, which means they've gotten 15 points. So it's that 6-point difference. So, yeah, sorry for nerding out like that on you, but that's what we do with Fangs Up. We look at the data, we look at the stats, and we let it give us some hope and kind of determine our moves. So, put a little skin in the game. You hoping for this 12-point comeback to get completed. We're going to roll to about halftime. Then I'm going to let y'all watch the rest of this in your leisure, however you're going to watch it. Definitely need to set up a watch party to do like one of these. I promise you that's going to be on the leisure for next season. We're going to work on some of those. But going forward, we are definitely still looking for people who are inclined. If you have a student that lives in the Orlando metropolitan area, Orange, Osceola, Seminole County, Jack LaFleur Memorial Scholarship, need to apply 2.5 or higher. Is scholarship for the gentleman. So we need you guys to apply. Deadline is quickly approaching. Don't let that March 14th fool you, because I got a March deadline myself, and I was like, hey, we starting this now. So I'm putting my package together for myself for something. Need y'all to get on these kids to get that stuff going. Also, your Rattler National Alumni Association is trying to grow. Whatever your local chapter is, check them out. I'm in the Orlando area, so naturally, the Orlando Rattlers are my chapter. We are trying to get as many Rattlers active as possible. We need you, partially because that does affect what happens in politics and politically here in the state of Florida. So if you don't vote, you essentially don't matter. So we need for your vote and your voice to be heard, and we need for you to matter. So let me see. I'm checking out these fouls real quick. That's another hidden stat. FAMU has 6 fouls. Alabama A&M has 7. I'm wondering if we can get them a little bit of foul trouble to help us out there. Chapter anniversary. Look, that's coming up next week. Like next week? Yeah. Next Saturday. The Broward, excuse me. I saw Baltimore had something coming too. But Broward alumni are having something. So 10 a.m. general body meeting. 11 celebration honoring the chapter's legacy. So, FAMU, we like to celebrate each other, have some fun times. If you are so inclined, if you are going out to Frisco, Texas, they still have reservations open. So, and look, off subject, look, definitely bring it. See how many tall receivers are going to be in the 25 football program. Baby, dog. FAMU's receivers. I told y'all I'm so high on that group right now. Like, and Kev, when we're talking like position groups, position for position, man, to me, this is just key. And I'll delve back into football real quick. The receiver room and the running back room are my 2 biggest wait and sees. Like those 2 spots right there, the receiver room, I think you have size and speed. That's dangerous. And You got a quarterback that's a little taller this year. I think last year, I don't think Daniel Reese's height was a problem as much as the fact that the offensive line at times was just an abject disaster. Where this year, I don't know how much improvement you get from the offensive line because you lost Goss. Like Goss was a mauler, like big time player for you. But you start looking around, man, that team was actually pretty solid. Like, but the running back room, and you got an offensive coordinator who seems to like to run the ball. Just saying. Little baby said, no time like the president to be active in NAA, considering there is just a significant cut to some monies. I'm just saying, like, more to come. Like, I'm telling y'all, FAMU Day at the Capitol is coming soon. I do have it on the phone. I don't have it on the ready for the show, but it was sent to me by a little birdie who shall remain nameless because they didn't tell me it was okay to tell y'all. But y'all know Keith don't care. Let me see if I can find it. Yeah, FAMU Day at the Capitol, April 9th, 10 a.m. at the Florida State Capitol. If I had it ready, I would go for it. Sorry. That thing hit right in the wrong spot. So if you have that, that is a Wednesday, April 9th, 2025, 10 a.m. at the Florida State Capitol. If you have time, be there. Like I said, I don't have it handy and dandy to post and put it onto the show notes, but FAMU Day at the Capitol is a great way for FAMU alumni to get into the face of policymakers and let them know this is important. Like, we know you're trying to make cuts. We know you're trying to follow certain agendas. But at the same point, we need you to do something for Mother FAMU. Like, if you're not going to do something for FAMU, then when it comes time to vote, I can't do nothing for you. And I think, honestly, that's why some of us need to vote. Not telling you who to vote for or how to vote. Well, I am telling you a little bit. But if you can't, if your vote does nothing for my family, my people, I don't think you deserve my vote. That's just me being plain. And I'm not a 501c3. So this ain't a nonprofit organization, even though we don't really make no money here at Fangs Up. We don't make any. But it's just making it plain. I think that's one of the things that, one of the purposes that you're going to hear from your national alumni leaders, that if you're not supporting Mother FAMU, to hell with you. That's all I got. That's my stance on that. And I'm going to leave it at that. Just to quote a nice barbecue man in Tallahassee. But, you know, going back to that football piece there, the quarterback room is your biggest question mark on offense to me. But that's always, every season. I think that's part of the built-in. The only time you didn't have a question on who the quarterback was going to be was the last year of Musa and the last year of Ryan Stanley. I think if we're going to be honest with ourselves, those are the only 2 years where you were like, there's no question who the quarterback's going to be. I mean, you could present me Rashawn McKay, but we knew he wasn't ready yet. But after that first year, Rashawn McKay, it was a quarterback battle. Like, between him and Musa, it was okay who you got. You know, this year, I can't tell you who QB1 is. I can tell you, I've heard this dude from Central Michigan is cold. Like, I've heard he's the guy. But does that mean he's the guy? Nah, no. Look, number 7 still out there somewhere, right? Yeah, just indulge me. Just indulge me. Leave me alone. You got dude from Indiana too. Like, I'm trying to remember the podcast. Who was I listening to? I think Bomani Jones. It was a few weeks ago. He was talking to Mike Tyson's son, the football coach. And he was talking about how on the chalkboard, I can tell you everything. But when the game starts and you change something from what I planned, it goes to, uh-oh. I think that's what you got. And I think that's what it is. I think he may be one of the best coaches out there when it's all said and done. But it's just something happens during the game where it don't click. Because when it happens perfect, the way he sees it and the way he practices it, dimes. But when it's off schedule, duds. That just kind of is what it is, man. Man, we got to get some offensive rebounds. I think if you're watching this game too, just kind of looking at the 15 rebounds for FAMU, 12 rebounds for Alabama A&M. So conceivably, we should be able to make a nice little comeback. And we just got another foul, though. So just saying. I don't even say practice superstar. I won't say that. I think it's just because you might not be wrong, though. Because in practice, you kind of know where people are going to be, what they're going to do. Whereas in game, the target is to show you so many different things that I'm trying to confuse you. In practice, I'm trying to install. In game, I'm actually purposely trying to make you make mistakes. So you might get a point there, Marvin. Defensively, I think your biggest question is secondary. I think linebacker solid. You got Nayron Jenkins. If my boy from USF is healthy, you're good. Defensive line, James Ash is back. You added some more depth because the real problem with defensive line was depth. That was the real problem. Yeah, Emmett, you're right. This is a tough stretch. But then the secondary is my only question because of what you lost and then what you got. You got one corner. Yeah, it happens. He's in coverage, and then he's not. Oh, FAMU's down 10. 3 points, Sterling Young. Yay. Told y'all, with the amount of 3 pointers this team hits, you're never out of the game until the game's over. Look, I'm telling you, Pat Pearson. So I think that's secondary. That's my only questions. And considering your head coaches over there, that's going to be interesting to see because you really got 2 secondary coaches. I don't see Sunshine happening despite prior experience of being one of his biggest supporters when he was signed. You're not wrong. Look, I've been on squad for a minute, supporting. So I'll keep it where it is, but I don't see it. I hope for him, and that's why I try not to say I hope for it. I hope for him. But yeah. What's the idea of splitting OC duties with Burrs? I don't think Burrs splitting duties. I think somebody may be co-offensive coordinator in title, but when it comes down to it, I think he's calling plays. If he split with the offensive line coach, I think that's more so to really set protections and to make sure that he's installing proper offensive line, I don't want to say protocol. It's not really the right thing. It makes me sound like I'm smarter than I really am. I think it's just setting up where the offensive line should go. Because, you're a quarterback. It's not saying that you don't know where they're going. I'm just saying, as an offensive line or former offensive liner, man, you probably have a little different understanding of it. And then Burst is going to be in the press box. The other guy's going to be on the field. So I'm going to see something different. I'll tell y'all honest, Bragg looks different in the press box versus on the field. I've been both and 37 to 27 and a half. I appreciate that. So FAMU's down 10. I got hope. But the football field looks completely different from the press box versus on the sideline. I'll be honest, I don't know how an offensive coordinator calls plays at Bragg or most stadiums from the sideline. I I can't see it. That's just me. Like, I know just personally, I'll tell you honest, I don't like being in the press box at Bragg because it's too many people in there. It's not big. It's very small, compact. I don't like being on the sideline though, if I'm trying to actually like decipher the play. Now, if I'm really trying to see what the quarterback's doing, I like sitting in end zones. So if you ever see me on the field, you'll probably notice I'll probably just sit down in either the north end zone or the south end zone because it really gives me a better vantage point of seeing what the quarterback's looking at. You get to see the passing lanes. You get to kind of see a little bit more of the quarterback processing the game. But I don't know how on this green earth you call plays from the sideline. And look, that to me speaks to the savant that Willie Simmons is. Like, confidently call plays from the sideline. I mean, he definitely had people talking to him from the booth. So it's not to say he didn't have that person in the booth, but I don't know how you do it. Like, I can't imagine. Defense, I can get that a little bit, but even still, man, like, there's so much going on and the field is so big. And it's just like, for me, like, there's so many bodies in the way. Like, when you're sitting in the press box, you can literally see, like, this guy's going here. You actually say stuff in real time. Like, this guy's moving, that guy's doing that, this guy's doing that, such and such is in motion. Like, I just don't get it. Like, I'm not the person to condemn a football coach who wants to be on the sideline. If that's your gift, that's your gift. But me personally, I've yet to go to a stadium where I thought I really gained an advantage being on the sideline, being able to see the game, being able to experience the game, different. Like, the experience in the press box is just dead. I hate it. Like, because you can't cheer, you can't have, all the stuff. On the sideline, you can't cheer, but you hear the stadium. But in the press box, it's just kind of like, because it's work. It's a business place. Like, that's an office. So it's an office. On the sideline, though, you can see everything, you can hear everything, you hear the band, you see the fans, like, it's just different. So I think the offensive coordinator, is more so, I would speculate, and I'll invite Cozy back on. I would speculate that's probably so that Burris can call the plays, and so the co-offensive coordinator can really relay what he's saying, and then if he sees something, he can say something directly to him. That's just my interpretation of the situation. So, nope. And the D-line should be fine. I asked Mr. Campbell. He said he's going to ask Cozy about the DC linebacker at HBCU Coach's Corner. Yeah. It's FAMU. I shouldn't say it's FAMU. That's like, that makes it sound like the problem is only a FAMU problem. And we're going to get up out of here in a few minutes. It's the state of Florida. So part of it is HR. Like, when you fire somebody or get rid of somebody or they leave or replace somebody, when you open up a new position, if I remember correctly, you had to do 3 interviews and HR's got to approve and everything else. So normally, I remember when I worked at FAMU, man, I had ringers. Like, I had ringers that I was like, yo, I'm bringing this dude in. And it still took him 2 weeks to, like, get everything through. Like, so from my experience working with FAMU and working with the state of Florida, being an employee and a person that employed people, it's not a fast process. Like, hey, y'all ask me questions. Either I'm going to tell you yes or no. If I don't know, I'll tell you. And if I can't tell you, I'll tell you I can't tell you. Like, for me, I don't care that much. I don't do this a clout chase. Like, I love FAMU. Like, and look, the position has to be open to apply for 30 days protocol. Thank you, little baby. I knew it was a certain amount of days. So I don't know why I felt like it was 2 weeks. 30 days, I'm going to go with you because I think I'm almost certain you're right. I'm going to lean on you to say you're 100%. And because I feel like the 2 weeks was us fudging the numbers. Like, I can get you in 2 weeks, but don't tell nobody. Like, but I do, if I remember correctly, I believe Lil Baby hit the nail on the head. So that's why when people are like, we don't have a DC, we don't have a DC. The dude left, and I don't think Cozy fully expected it. I don't think he did expect it, but I don't think he thought it was going to go like that. Like, I think he was being very candid when he was like, oh, you going to the Patriots? Like, Lake Bradley? Oh, no, NFL. Foxborough? Oh, my bad, bro. Excuse me. I think he caught Cozy blindsided with that one at the timing. But I wouldn't be surprised if the plan wasn't for him to exactly come back. I think that's, but I do, as far as I know, the person that is wanted is there and ready to come in. They're just waiting on the process. So, yeah, those who work for the state of Florida, you know how it goes. You know how it is, man. It's a process. It ain't hazing, but it's a process. So, all right, y'all. I got these recruiting things ready. I just got to pump them out. We're gonna have those ready for Thursday. I'm gonna double check. I'm gonna check back with Coach. Hopefully, we get this dub. So I did reach out to him. Reach out to him. I was gonna reach out to Coach Gordon, see if I can catch her on Sunday, because they normally play on Thursdays. So, oh yes, please see him go. We good. Hey, yeah. Happy for him. I'll leave it at that. I ain't as bad as some of your uncles, boy. Some of your uncles, boy, y'all was killing at DC. Rightfully so. But I think this year's gonna be I think this year's gonna be better. I don't think it's all gonna be because of the new defensive coordinator. I think some of it's gonna be because of the talent. So just trying to make sure folks are ready. Another person, look, next month we're gonna be on it. We've already confirmed he's gonna be on. I got to get the dates for current President Johnson. He's gonna be on. I'm actually watching it on ESPN app, so I can't see the games, but they got the live broadcast or Gamecast. So it literally tells you minute to minute what's happening. I'm just not watching it because it's behind a paywall. So, yeah. But NAA elections are coming in April. So March, we got some guys coming, man. So gonna check out with President Johnson. See when he's coming. Might have a doubleheader for that one, man. I was like, we got some heat coming. Will Human's gonna be coming up. Tell you why he should be the next NAA president as well. Keith ain't running for nothing. I'll tell you right now. Look. Also though, band camp is coming. Get your coins ready. So you can start to see right there. Oh yeah. Logging on now. I got the subscription. I ain't mad at you. So, but the March 100 Summer Band Camp. Get ready. They got 2 dates. So right there, session 1, session 2. Okay. One's for 450, one's for 800. If you at a church, you know that kid want to be in band, go on and start passing the hat. Go on and get that going. Also, Fang Exchange Thursday after Fangs up. Thanksgiving is ending soon. These are the tiers they got. So go ahead and get them ready. Y'all know income tax time is coming. You better get it in before folks change the rules on you. So, hey, we can keep it a bean and we can lie to y'all. Y'all better get it in before, never mind. Stop before I get canceled. All right, y'all. We're going to catch y'all Thursday. We'll be right back here. We're going to look at this recruiting stuff. Matter of fact, I'm going to literally work on this for the rest of the night because I got my lesson plan ready already. We're going to be talking about abolitionists tomorrow in my classroom. So, but for everybody, HBCU Digital Network, look, OSG Strike Zone, my family at the 220 Club, my family at Fangs, doing Thanksgiving with the Fang Exchange, Penalty Talk, all of us. Y'all know we love y'all. And y'all know what it's always going to be. Fangs up.
Yeah, baby, you know what time it is. Now let's get it started.
Are you kidding me? Unreal.
While our HBCUs are mostly known for academic rigor, community, they also know how to turn up.
Does he have it? Yes, he does!